And welcome back to Spelljammer Academy Inaugural Class. I am Master Kiarl O'Larlandine the First. I almost said the third for some reason. Um, and
Sounds
I
fancier.
will be your storyteller. It does sound fancier.
I thought you have said the third before,
I
actually.
may have said the third before. It's the first. I am not named after anyone. Well, not in that way. Whatever. But yes, I will be your storyteller from the Dreamscape Guild, and the music bot refusing to play. But now that I've introduced myself, um, go ahead and our players by the regulars first, and then our guests. Goose, go ahead.
Oh, I'm a guest. I don't know what you're talking about. No. um no, I am the usual gray tabby cat, currently wearing his little uniform that he wears for school. It's a little like um a little weathered as of right now, as part of it has been like damaged from at sea and stuff, but it's just a little vest with lanyard over top of it with like the actual standard medallion for like uh Spelljammer as an academy. And yeah, um he also today is wearing a very fancy looking watch uh on his left arm, or left leg paw thing. I don't know. Um, that always reads 6 o'clock.
Think it's my turn then.
Yes, go ahead.
My character is Silri. She's an astral elf. She is pretty short, but that's fine. She's got spunk. She's silver hair with blue sparkles. She's got pale blue skin,
Nope.
and she's got crystal blue eyes. And she's just along for the ride and just hanging out and seeing how everything goes.
She's just here to
Been
look fancy, is what I'm hearing from that description.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep. She's an astral drifter, so she's just kind of going where the astral winds blow her, I guess.
Yeah. And we should have another player coming soon for the regulars, but make it our guest. Calm, go ahead.
Hello. Calm from the Free Thursday series is coming in being very confused. There is a basically the only person he knows here is Goose, and Goose has yet to explain the situation to him. So there is now
Oh.
just a large stone giant walking the halls of
Yeah.
the starting area.
Have you have prior played Recon in this game, or are you still wanting to play
I
Calm with it?
have. Yes, I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
bringing in Calm this time because.
Yeah.
For the
No.
sake of introduction, it is possible that last time him and Goose were hanging out, he took a nap in the pocket dimension and proceeded to forget, proceeded to be forgotten in said pocket dimension as Goose went about his business and then went back to school.
That is possible. I will also point out that this ship was openly recruiting at like
Right.
different ports. Um so could have on the board this. So Calm, which would it be? Would you have signed up with a really rickety looking ship, or would you have on accident fallen asleep? Uses pocket dimension.
I don't think Calm would normally be interested in some rickety looking ship. Also, I think option one is just way funnier.
Fair enough.
So,
Yep.
coming in with Goose.
They did just recently participate in like a pit brawl together, and then like Goose did offer like naps to help everyone recuperate after, so it canologically kind of makes sense too.
It fits.
So you just get dropped out, and Goose just turns around and is like, right. Okay, Calm.
You're here.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get up and be careful.
Why is that?
As you are all on the Spelljammer known as the Jackalope, captained by Captain Elsit Barrett. You guys have been sailing from the academy. You left the academy at this point, roughly what seems like 3 months. Though, as you exit out of the ethereal rift back into the astral plane, and before you see a floating rock in space with a city atop it, you
A long ass nap.
you realize that different Calm, due to the giant known as Calm. Calm, you have just woken up from like a 30-minute nap or whatever. You had basically had longer than 30 minutes because you would have had to get back to the school. But like, it's been like 8 hours. You've slept for regular time. But you now find yourself much farther away. Through a brief yeah, so Calm, you are a regular amount of rested. But as you emerge from the pocket dimension, chamber, or have you, Goose looks significantly like the cats look a bit more disheveled, maybe a bit matted. And the crew on this ship looks rough, like they've been sailing for about 3 months.
I'm matted. Oh, that makes me feel bad.
I mean, like, you're disheveled.
Yeah.
You're all a bit disheveled.
Yeah, bad hair day is all.
Surprised I still have my hands.
As Goose, Calm looks literally identical to 3 months ago. His hair is the same length, like same clothes, doesn't look worn.
I just look at him and I'm like, how?
I don't know.
Bill, I
It's
see
way bigger on the inside in there.
I see you have found proof of a valuable lesson. Captain Barrett, this astral elf, kind of like golden skin, silvery eyes, wearing a like a green captain's like coat with like big pauldrons, a two-corner hat, also green, golden trim, with a cape flowing off of them, the back of which is emblazoned with the Elven Enclave symbol, which is similar to the Emerald Enclave's harp, but it has a large tree behind them, which is the most prominent thing. Harp is just kind of a smaller decal within. And then on the backside of that cape, when the wind catches it right, well, more when he walks the right way, yes, there wind ships. There is you can see the Lord's Alliance symbol on the inside of the, basically a two-sided cape. One elven enclave. Welcome aboard, my giant friend. He brings down his hat and twirls it a bit. His clothes look like they were very nice, definitely, but they look kind of worn through at this. And that is not simply from the 3-month travel. Like the corners are fraying and what. He really does match ship. A creaking ship, that a small schooner that lists to the side. Its deck has telltale signs of wood rot. It's 4-pounder cannons cracked. The tree that grows out of the back is twisted and gnarled with like kind of gaps in it where you can see the innards, though they're dried as if they have been exposed for a while. And a limb coming from that tree forms the mast, the sails on which are shimmering with their multi light, clearly enchanted to catch the winds. However, they are somewhat tattered, patched, and you see the rune-covered patches sail from. Welcome aboard the Jackalope. I am Captain Nelson Barrett, and, an object lesson is who you are, my fine friend. What is your name?
I'm calm. What is this?
This is the Astral Sea. You have found yourself on an astral ship, and you're technically a stowaway. We can deal with that in a second. First, what would I be if I took students on board and did not leave you educated? We have spent, what felt like 3 months sailing through the ethereal plane, bailing like madmen to keep the phlogiston out from deck. However, for everyone out here, it's been mere more. I don't know exactly why it works, but time doesn't quite exist in the ethereal. And
then I manifested a stone giant.
Right.
Goose
Calm
looks
just start-
terrified
just
and
start
wide-eyed at
scratching.
Calm.
Calm just starts scratching his head, and like little crystal flakes start coming off. Like,
Also, to be clear, it's not entirely determined whether or not we age well in the ethereal plane. It happens to some people, doesn't happen to other people. That's weird.
that
Goose
that is
sneezes.
weird.
Goose sneezes as the crystal dandruff goes next to his face.
Just one of those little kitty sneezes. Just
Yeah.
Well,
Scratch
welcome
for a second.
to the Rock of Baal. As yeah, you look down at this, or you look forward at this large this kind of more asteroid size thing in front of you. This rock of Brawl. As you're sailing towards it, and for the first time in a while, it feels still, weirdly, but you know that you haven't felt wind by this. But it felt like there was wind. It feels like there should have been wind. as you kind of like, Hillary, were you the one who had your hand dissolve partially? Was that?
I was. It was me, but I was
Yeah.
able to get it saved. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you kind of like you kind of like at this point are and look down at your hand, remembering that, and it's almost like you can still feel the magic within you, spectral form, and having had that experience, all of you having had that experience at some point of being other than of being dissolved partially by the phlogiston before reconstituting. The wind was more of a magic wind, not affecting your body's soul. That wind can barely be felt.
I do canologically feel when my familiars explode, by the way, though.
Cool, yeah, I mean,
So,
you totally would have felt that, but like, familiars don't have souls, at least not these familiars. They are, well, not in the same way. They're,
part of my soul.
yeah,
In that
That's-
so like
that's a great way
Yeah.
to put it. But yeah,
they're for electric.
as you look down at this great rock, there are great, like, I believe there are great fins coming off the sides as you realize that this rock, this asteroid, it's almost like it has been turned into massive astral ship itself.
Yeah.
They are, however, in
What?
proportion to the island itself, very small. This clearly does not move quickly. You see the, in the distance you can see the, astral whales, a pod of astral whales kind of drifting through the space, dwarfing, many of the other ships going around, currently spiraling around this island with a city covering one half, and some Greenland and a lake on the other half, with a castle sitting on the other side of this long lake. As you sail towards port.
So we're looking at straight up like Marvel's Asgard type shit right now, right?
No, nowhere as big. But like same kind of thing. This is essentially, yeah, an island in space.
So cool.
With water on
Same
it,
vibe.
fins.
What are the whales called?
Space whales. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I
That's
Don't
fine.
know.
I was just curious because like polymorph.
right, yeah, that is fair. They might
Whale.
literally just be called a space whale. I don't know.
Oh, only killer whale and sperm whale pop up. So that's fine. Not important right now. What
Yeah.
tier are we, real quick? Just so I'm aware.
We are. Yes. Double check that. I believe we're still. Because this would be session. Oh, I forgot to check. This would be. Is session 4 or 5? I think this is
Okay.
session.
Introduction. There was okay. So there was.
I think this is session 5. So level cap is 6 now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But yes, as I need to on But yeah, as you are sailing towards this island, um, let me look up, um, once we reach the Rock of Ball, we will have some shore leave. You have worked long and hard, and well, you deserve it. We will take some of that, and then we will set sail back into the astral, or back into the ethereal plane to see if we can catch any of these.
You should
Well,
get the leak fixed while we're here.
well, I mean, we can definitely get some things fixed up, though. Well, I have my own reasons for needing the mark from the king.
That doesn't pertain to the ship, though, does it?
I guess I'll just be right out with it. I don't have a lot of money. Difficult to
Hmm.
keep things fully spick and span without it. This, however, would set me for at least a month or two.
Okay. Goose,
As Mhm.
Goose falls over and goes as he disappears into his pocket dimension.
Lucky.
Calm is if he uh happens to look down next to his feet, does have a very fancy looking little watch next to his foot.
Good. So yes, you guys head down the rock. Welcome, Keela. Um, can you hear us? Having headphones stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
hello?
Yep.
Hello. Good. Good.
Hello.
howdy.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, so we are currently like after this flight through the ethereal plane, we have gone back through a rift into the astral sea. And though it took 91 days, or at least felt that way, coming through the astral sea, you have been informed that, in fact, for everyone else, it was but a moment. Um,
That makes me
and
feel guilty.
um, as
She would
time
wander out
apparently
behind
works
though.
very oddly within ethereal plane.
Okay.
You also have not aged at all, unless you want to.
Oh.
Basically, time doesn't formally exist in the ethereal plane, so it is completely up to you whether or not you want it to affect your character at all. Basically, you use it to either say lore. That's why these characters are the same age, even though they were born 20 years apart. Is because one of them spent a lot of time in the astral plane, or you could just be like, nope, they didn't age at all in their time in the astral, because no rules apply, essentially. Um, as but now you are sailing down towards an island floating in space with its own city, lake, castle, known as the Rock.
Ooh.
Sounds like a good place to get into a fight.
As well, as you come to port, um, Captain Barrett. All right, everyone. Be back here in, well, 5 days. We will be setting off, so you had better be back on the ship, or you will be left behind.
Does Calm
Got
pick
it.
up the bracelet?
E-bracelet?
Or the there's a fancy watch next to your thing. Like
Yeah,
there's a
Colin would
fancy
bend
watch.
down and scoop that up. Just kind of tuck it into his outfit somewhere. His little
Oh.
vest.
You guys are tired. You have been pumping like madmen, just in out of the ship for 91 days. That's the way it feels. And though, yes, you have managed to succeed at that task, and the ship did not have any logistic flooding, doesn't change the fact that you're exhausted from.
Where
You-
do we go? Oh,
There's
wait.
a city in front of you with different things. The first tavern you see along there is a tavern its symbol is a large eye and a big smiling, almost more like an agape laughter, or a smiling mouth, I should say, almost like agape laughter rather than a grin or anything.
Were we seeing this face?
It's a sign for it. You cannot make out the name of the tavern. There is the docks, there's the warehouses before you, and then it appears the city goes on from there. There are many, many vessels here. The docks are full. This basically looks like Waterdeep, like the city of Waterdeep's bustling docks. However, they are all astral.
Wham.
Wow.
It'd be a problem if it was a regular ship.
Just like. So,
I want off the ship. I'm going.
yeah.
I'm gonna go into town somewhere. I don't know. Maybe that inn.
I know where I'm going.
Oh no.
Well, if the inn's got alcohol, I'm there.
Yeah. I'll,
You're going to an inn
sure.
for alcohol?
at this point, I will
Tavern,
point out.
something, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's an inn, a tavern. I mean,
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
on the docks, so it probably is more than just an inn. Yes.
Gotcha.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. I'm in.
Woo!
But I will say at this point we are gonna go ahead and do plot points. Like coming forward, I am stepping back, DMing as we enter this. I'll continue to describe and the tavern that you're about. But for the moment, I'm stepping back. DM. Everyone, of course, has plot points. These plot point pool is separate from Tales from Waterdeep. It is not the same pool.
Gotcha.
You all have one plot point. Once you spend it, once half of the players have spent their plot points, regain. And same until I announce that I am.
Goose seeing I apologize. Keela, what's your character's name?
Thera?
Thera. Okay. It doesn't seem to be showing up over the on your nickname thing, so I just figured I'd ask.
Oh.
Seeing Thera appear out of what I can only assume is an empty wine cellar. No. But like coming up onto the deck of the ship, he'll pop up and the little gray tabby cat will like walk just kind of subtly beside her and try and like lean over and whisper in her ear to try and ask, you're a religious, right? Paladin thing? I don't know.
Yes, I'm religious, yes.
Can you do some sort of like blessing thing to help with like sickness?
Yes, I actually can. Why?
She just looks towards the kitchen side, like just like a cat side eye, like, and looks back at her.
Like, you've got some kind of sickness going on?
As,
He like
well,
tries to gesture to the kitchen with his ear.
yeah, as you're kind of gesturing back, you see the halfling cook walking out from, or buccaneer, if we use sailor terms. You see the halfling buccaneer like kind of coming up out of the place. He kind of straightens his chef's hat that he has on. He has this apron on, and kind of well, we're gonna eyes a bit. We're gonna need some more cooking wine. We're flat out and well, been out for. We ran out yesterday, and well, cooking without it has given me a mighty headache, one could say. So, Captain, I'm gonna go get us some more cooking wine for the galley, pantry, whatever. As he kind of like stumbles forward with his slightly yellow skin, yellowed red.
We all know where that alcohol is not going.
We've known this for 3 months, yes.
Okay, but I just showed up. So.
No, I was making a
Like,
joke. We've been
he kind of like walks past and like kind of like bumps into Calm, kind of looks over, not like fully up, as he's like, "But that ship only had one mast," as he just walking
Oh my
walking off.
wow.
I am a large size.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
like this guy. I mean, being around him for about 3 months, you can guess that he's probably not drunk. He looks more hungover and just like, yeah, you guys ran out of booze and he's upset about that.
Thera is like to this little cat, like him. You're saying he's the one. I see. He's not looking. He is kind of
He's
looking a
not
little bit
looking.
funky. I see.
He's not looking super shifty at the moment.
He looks
Swifty.
swifty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that word.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go over to him and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, I think I can help you with whatever you got going on."
Getting cooking wine. I'd I'd be sure happy with help.
No, I think you may be sick.
Just do the magic, lady.
I
And he
mean,
falls, he just
Aye,
falls
it's,
over and shoots back into smoke.
Everyone's sick somehow. That's the C for
okay,
just-
well, hold it right there, and I've put my hand out and do a wave.
Baloo.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Uh, I am healing him, with lay on hands.
Okay, yeah. So what can lay on hands actually get rid of? What does it say it gets?
I can look it up. It's for 5 of its points, it does cure sicknesses though. I just
Yes.
don't know how many. That is what I am double checking for.
Mhm.
Thing. Lay on hands. You can touch a creature with a power pool to restore a number of hit points. Nope. Alternatively, you can spend 5 hit points from your healing pool to cure the target of one disease or neutralize one poison affecting it. You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize poisons with a or you can cure multiple diseases and neutralize poisons with a single use of lay on hands, expending hit points separately for each individual one.
Right.
So
Yeah. So 5 per thing effect.
yeah. So
Yeah.
how many things are affecting him?
So yeah, you kind of like put that, like, you do that, and like his skin does kind of clear up and his eyes like clear up again and what. But you also feel like you've definitely purged like the effects of this. But there's like you feel your magic hitting, and it's something that you, particularly because of your presumably your religion, which is out precisely what it is, but your your closeness with booze, you recognize that. Recognize that yes, you're curing the jaundice itself. Skippers and Jags are able to be purged. Firstly, this first one is just curing jaundice. Like his skin's getting better, whatnot. His hands are still like tremoring and stuff like that. If you want to cure that, there's Skeppers and yes, Jags as well. And those are 2 separate diseases. So it would be 15 to complete guy's illness.
Okay.
But you can also tell the source of the illness is still there, or, well, not properly there, moreover. He has kidney failure, basically. You can just feel that with this spell, you can't replace his organ.
Shit.
This guy has drunken himself to liver failure.
Oh.
She revered that as like a divine sacrifice at this point.
I'm gonna on the back and be like, "Hey, buddy, you need a drink?"
Oh, what?
Yes. I can always use a drink. It's what? Been a long 3 months since I've had any.
Wait.
As he produces a tankard from somewhere. That he totally did not have on him at for this entire time.
I'm gonna slap out of the pan. I'm gonna no, a drink of water.
Water's here full of curses and whatnot. It's grog. Grog's where it's at. The grog's safer.
I poof up in front of him and be like, the grog's not good either. And then just, like, disappear, but I want to make it look like melting.
When you looking like a cat, or when you looking like
Like a cat, yeah.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Sick. 14 plus things. 14 plus a lot of things. 19 total.
Ooh.
I'm gonna scare this fucker straight.
Yeah, he kind of. What did you say it was in all?
It was a total of 19.
Okay, yeah, he kind of like, looks. He kind of steps back a moment and then he's like, "Buddy, at no grog. I spend so much time stewing that grog." You kind of feel like you made him more angry than scared straight. For one, he's not drunk. But like he's kind of like mumbling about it. He's like, "Hey, my life and soul goes. You know how many I got those limes myself. I picked those limes out to make that grog." Just mumbling to himself about grog. Yeah.
I insulted the grog that's here, not his.
Oh, like the city's grog?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know that.
Oh.
You want to say that?
No.
No, you're like, you like,
Oh my goodness.
He can suck.
well, if you want to actually help me and get, frickin' help me get a wine, we need Barrett's gotta have his fine cuisine. Just starts like kind of. Did you spend 15 lay on hands or only 5?
If I could spend 15, I would like to.
Okay, yeah. He's not limping anymore. You don't see him tremoring anymore. Like, yeah, he walking off as a healthy person. For the time being.
For
Until
now.
until his diseases catch back up. But no, it would require like greater restoration because you'd have to like repair his organ.
Oh, okay.
It would kind of be the equivalent of like if someone's arm got bladed in like a wood chipper or whatever. You can't just bring that back with a bit of heal.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
can,
can
like,
potion
Start
won't
it
do
over.
that.
Well,
Like,
then.
not bleeding anymore, but they have.
Yeah, exactly. Like lay on hands would cure any infection there, but it wouldn't bring the arm.
Yeah. Well, do you guys want to go visit this tavern then?
Indeed. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So you guys head over towards this tavern. And as you approach the door, you can now see that the sign, the Laughing Beholder.
Oh.
The
Confusingly, the window reads the Happy Beholder.
Oh.
But from
Bad branding.
from within, you can hear music and the sounds of revelry. This music is happier. It's got more of a beat to it as it's going through. Sadly, I still can't get the bot to work. I need to stop and fix that later. But I will go ahead and upload the file for you. If you guys want to hear the music that I have playing for as this kind of strange music to you. Not a genre you've necessarily heard before, kind of bouncier and funky. Is
Funky.
coming out from this tavern. The like lights and like there's like almost like a fog of color changing glitter, like sparkling fog is rolling out from the door, and within it you can see like lights.
Guys, I think we found a disco.
Did we find a
There.
space nightclub? Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah, you head in and you see like there are kind of like some sailors off to the side that are just like they're drinking from some of them are drinking from tankards, some of them are drinking like more like brightly colored drinks. As you come in and these colors almost assault you. There are different there's like one room that is like for dancing, and then there's two rooms to the side of it that are a bit more normal tavern-esque. And you can like as you're like kind of coming in and you kind of like put your head through the door to like one of the sitting areas, you actually notice that the music almost like it mutes as if it's coming through. So like they are like sound controlled by magic.
Whoa.
Be a
That's
more
cool.
Yeah.
a more relaxed atmosphere for don't want high energy. And
What are the lights coming from and everything?
the lights are coming from nothing. There are like motes of light in the sky that are just in the air, and they're color changing and whatnot. And then there is like one large crystalline thing that is like sending out beam light and like making sparkles all around on the walls. Basically a magical disco ball. And like basically it's like dancing lights and like fairy fire and like light is cast on that like prism above.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just this place is almost bursting with magical effects. You can actually like the music itself, despite the fact that there does appear to be a band playing, which the music itself permeates the room like almost as if it is right there with rather than just coming from.
I am gonna be looking around like in amazement and just kind of like slowly make my way over to the bar.
Yeah. As you're kind of making your way over, this like behind the bar there is just like at first what you think is a fountain. And then it turns around and you realize it's wearing a like sequined suit. As this just like figure that is made of transparent this humanoid made of transparent goop turns around and leans to the counter. And in your mind, you can hear you can hear the concept of what can I get for you?
I kind of jump back and it, like, are you guys with me or?
Yeah, yep, I'm
Yeah.
with you.
I'm
That
gonna be
that same concept kind of goes into each of your minds. Like, not as much them literally saying something into your mind, but more like the thought of the question naturally.
Where's Calm?
Are you
Calm is already. I'm sorry. Did you say Calm?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Calm is already over at the bar asking for one of their finest drinks, just to
Yeah.
see what they have.
Yeah. Yeah. You just automatically call them. You get the price of the finest drink into your head, and even like kind of the flavors of it and different stuff of that. Like the concept of this drink, like very description, comes into your mind almost like a memory of. You would know that for a drink of the finest that they have here would be 15 gold.
Okay.
And it does have does appear to be canted booze.
Nice.
Other effects.
Yeah, I'll pay.
Does Eldridge Sight pick up anything in this room? Like,
Oh,
like
by detect magic?
yeah.
I mean, everything. is
Light
magic.
show.
Like, yeah, there is
Okay.
so much illusion magic going on in here. I don't remember what the light spells are, like conjuration or something. Like, there's those. There is also like apparently illusionary magic where you realize that the music itself isn't actually playing in the room, but is rather being played directly into.
Oh.
Oh,
Dang.
wow.
What
Um,
about the like
I don't know how I feel
telepathic
about that.
bullshit about like?
Oh, it doesn't. It has kind of like a subtle. It's not magic in the same way as like spellcraft. You do see like kind of like a magical thing coming out from this like this
Goop guy.
goop guy. Yeah, you can like there is magic like coming from them and like touching your mind. But it's not spells, so you can't really identify what school it is.
Is it touching my mind or my familiar's mind?
Familiars.
Okay.
This like
Fucking
there's this kind of like the way that it shimmers and the way the goop moves, you can almost like it's difficult to tell who it's looking at, but it's like this kind of like magical connection seems to only be like kind of like a person at a time, or it's like it's kind of more like you can see waves going between, and like
Yeah.
it'll either like pass to one person or pass to but when it comes to the cats, Actually,
There's
no,
just
it wouldn't have really done any telepathy towards cats because cats, unless they're walking.
They are walking. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Then if they're walking on two legs, then it would notice that that's odd, like for a house cat, and would check the.
What are you? What's the reason for the name of the place?
You
Trying to.
yeah. As you ask the question, you immediately get the answer of as if you had known it all along. The place is owned by a beholder, and the owner is currently not in, but does frequent the establishment.
Are beholders like evil?
Do you ask that?
Yes.
You kind of get like the thought in your mind of like what is evil, but in a joking manner. And then you kind of immediately get back and then like you kind of continue on that thought train, but as if you're not thinking it, as if you're being brought along it. Well, then again, they are my boss, and all bosses are evil, I suppose. But well, they do give benefits, so can that really qualify as evil?
Depends on the benefits.
I turn to my friend and I'm like,
Feed the children.
I think the beholder is evil.
Like in your
I'll just,
mind,
like,
you kind
side-eye,
of
I'll just like cast a side eye at Goose, like doing this.
You do then like get in your mind. All of you get the thought of like the goop guy doesn't think he's evil.
Can I look around and see if there's anybody important looking around?
Oh sure.
I'm right here.
There is no one important standing next to you, especially. No one. No. Yeah. So you look around. Before you like as you're kind of looking around, you do then get the thought in your head. If you're gonna get anything, the goop guy can help you. Also, the music is purely illusionary and purely up to you whether or not you want to hear it. If you do not wish to hear the music, you can simply imagine that you don't.
Is that like canonically how that works? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yes, that is basically it's an illusion spell with a spell save DC of 1.
Oh,
so
that's actually really interesting.
if you want to hear the music, you can choose to not hear it. Well, that's how this place works in my description. I don't.
Wait, so
but,
you can technically still roll a natural 1.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Kick this song out of my head.
You can actually also you can basically choose your own music. You can basically change the type of music. You know that it all follows the same rhythm, however, so everyone dancing will dance at the same rhythm.
That's fucking clever.
That's great.
But yes, also, yeah, and of course, also if you want any drinks, buy them there. Is anyone buying drinks before we go into the like looking around?
Yes.
Buying a drink.
Yes, as well.
Yeah. And you can always buy drinks later as well, but asking that. Yeah, are you yeah, so basically they have like a list of a bunch of random cocktails. They have the they do have a cocktail that is actually called Tasha's Hideous Laughter. They have the they have the the spectators' tears is one of them. A beholder's lavish dance is another one. There is one that actually reads as Xanathar's slurry, which is the cheapest drink there. And it's like written onto the wall with like illusionary chalk, basically, that makes it almost neon glow. And it's like written kind of like as a special, as Xanathar's slurry. It's 5 copper for a mug, and but this is like a big tankard. And it's and then after it says, but really you should pay us. Or no, but really we should pay you is what it says below that with a essentially a drawn on winky.
Sounds like this beholder has beef with Xanathar. At least the guild.
Yeah, I recognize the name of the guild, right?
Yeah,
Or the
yeah.
name?
I mean, you recognize the name Xanathar. Yeah, if you recognize Xanathar, you recognize the name.
Huh.
What does the beholder have against the guild?
So yeah, basically, like, are you guys just getting like an ale? Are you getting a cocktail? Are you getting a liquor?
It's another beholder calm.
I'd like to order
Wait,
what.
Because by now Calm has definitely forgotten about that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He thought.
Intelligence of -1.
What did you
Oh,
say,
shit.
Thera?
I'm gonna be like, what do you recommend?
You kind of like you get the thought in your head of basically magical cocktails. Some of the best are Tasha's Hideous Laughter is if you're wanting a good time. That one's great. If you're wanting to really start dancing, then the Beholder's, was it something dance? I've already forgot what it. Sorry?
Lavish dance.
Lavish dance.
Yeah.
Beholder's lavish dance. Apparently like aids you in dancing and like keeps your energy up while dancing.
Oh, okay.
I want that one.
I'll take one.
Yeah, and then there's the Beholder's See All Drink All. With like basically this it says Beholder's See All, but then C is crossed out and below is written drink. So it's Beholder's Drink All. Is the most expensive one. And it's basically he's like, that one has all the enchantments.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Can I just get 3 of those?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's 15 gold per drink. For those big, for the Beholder's Drink All.
I'll write that on my thing real quick. That's
I
not.
will-
You
limited
can
to
you can buy
Beholder's
you can buy a
Drink All.
bottle. You can buy a bottle for 60, and that's 5 drinks.
Oh. Wait.
It's five drinks per bottle, and it's only 60 if you buy a whole bottle. Whereas if you buy 5 drinks,
Four
it's
times
75.
which is 4 times the price.
Yeah,
So it's 1 free.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We only need 4 drinks, so
Well, yeah, but if you want to like take the bottles with you, for instance.
Yeah, I'm. Fuck it. I'll buy 2 of those. Like 2 bottles.
Sounds good.
alrighty then.
Okay. Yeah, so, and, Thera, were you the one that said you were gonna look for anyone important?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Goose just downs 2 bottles of Beholder Seal. No.
Oh.
God.
No.
How much is the Beholder's Lavish Dance drink?
Yeah, the Beholder's Lavish Dance would be a 5 gold.
Okay, cool. I'm getting that one.
Calm will get a Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Love it.
Goose will also actually get a like an actual drink of Beholder Seal, like an actual drink of it. not
Right,
just
yeah,
a bottle.
two bottles and a drink. Got it.
Yeah, a collector's edition. Yeah, he has to get some of the bottles, but like he's not gonna open those because that's
Right.
just for later,
Yeah.
like to keep the party going.
Yeah.
So that's 15 gold after
Yeah,
that.
I still
Yeah.
have a few drinks of that hot cocoa left if we need it.
Oh yeah, if you wanna
Yeah.
bring in like spirit hallucinations as well.
Yeah, that stuff is fun.
But Thera, what was that perception check?
22.
22?
Actually,
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you do look around. You notice that there is a captain that is it's a galley for transportation. That one of the destinations on the list is the academy, is the Spelljammer Academy. And it's actually free if you do work on the So there's that. Basically, you've just discovered you have a free out if you have become fed up with Jackalope. But also, kind of looking around, at this point, I'll go ahead and, yeah, I'll go ahead and use my plot point and say that in this room you see a group of people who are currently dancing. And at first you think that there's a slightly tall human dancing in a trench coat, but then you realize that it's actually a halfling on top of a dwarf. And this halfling has a red beard with salt and pepper in it. Kind of red longer hair pulled back, a off-white captain's hat, wearing his off-white trench coat, kind of tattered a bit, sleeves rolled up, clearly like a human's trench coat that has been modified to fit, but not really tailored at all, just rolled up and tied up. He's wearing kind of like a baggy, he's wearing a slightly baggy shirt with frills down the front, and pants also rolled up, clearly human pants on halfling. Then the dwarf below him is kind of a stocky dwarf wearing a he's just wearing kind of a simple horizontal pink striped sailor style shirt with white bell bottom pants, and he has a large red brown beard braided into 2 massive coils wrapped over his shoulders like 2 coils. As some of you, I think, Goose would definitely recognize this as Captain Wilhelm O'Reaver II, and his bosun, Seamus Stormbrewer. And Calm, I don't know, have you ever met these pirates? No? Okay, then Goose, you're the only one who would end up recognize them, but I just realized you haven't seen them. Thera, you are the only one who has. These people do relatively clearly have a, on the inside of the halfling's jacket, as it kind of sways around, you can see that there is a Jolly Roger on the inside.
So, you're saying I'm the only one who's noticing this, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, I'm gonna tap on Silvery's shoulder and be like, "Hey, you see that guy over there?
Yeah. What
I
about him?
don't think that's a guy."
Wait, what? I already drank my drink, so I'm actually really buzzed at this point because I'm a lightweight.
You just like
I'm like,
laugh.
Oh, you
I'm-
just go ahead and make a con save for me as well.
okay.
Because yeah.
Ah, tiny people.
Basically, if you don't like explicitly say I'm done with my drink during the encounter, then it's assumed that you are continuing it throughout, and that's called drinking
Yeah.
responsibly, and it's easy. But if you just down it, that's just a straight con.
16.
16? Okay, yeah. So you're not out of control, rules wise. You can play it however you want. Which drink did you get again?
The Beholder's lavish dance.
Lavish
so
dance?
Yeah, so
You
I'm gonna see him and I'm gonna start dancing too.
Yeah. Like before you even see him, like you're already kind of like swaying like side to side, basically uncontrollably to the music. But yeah, you look over at the dance floor, like as Keela has pointed out, and you're just like already going.
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, no, don't dance." Them.
I'm not gonna even listen. I'm gonna like, you said that there's lights, right?
Yeah.
I want to cast Cantrip Twinkle, and I want to change 3 of the lights to like rainbow changing like lights that they just cycle through the rainbow colors.
No.
Yeah. So like there are like some key lights that are doing that, but then like just these like motes of light that are kind of flying around you. Specifically ones nearby you. You like put them and they start like color changing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And as you do that, you kind of is that that oh wait, I forgot to ask for the complication. Goose, you're the one below me. How do you want to complicate the fact that these 2 pirates are disco dancing on the floor? To be clear, these pirates do very much appear to be like doing jigs and whatnot. You don't know if they're listening to the same music. But Goose, how would you like to complicate? Goose, there?
Goose, come in.
Sorry. Hello.
Over.
Hi.
Hello?
Over.
Yes.
I apologize. I didn't know I had myself muted.
Oh.
So
That's complicated. The
yeah,
pattern.
I've been talking for like a solid minute,
Oh,
trying
no.
to say I also downed my drink and rolled an 18.
Okay, yeah, so
Goose
also
lost
past
point.
the save, you do not get poison effect.
Goose. Yeah, I'll go into what Goose does after this, but I was gonna say because they're 2 entities trying to dance, they may be doing pretty good, but I'm gonna say because the dwarf is under the trench coat, he can't exactly see who's beside him, so people around them are kind of getting annoyed because he keeps hitting them. Like he does like a side slide and like just skids right into someone's like Achilles tendon and shit.
Yeah. Imagine like dancing next to someone who you think is just a tall person, and then they just end up like a arm comes out of their knee level and just whacks you in the gut or something. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's the kind of thing that's happening here.
It was like someone walking off like, I need to stop fucking drinking.
Yeah, no, it
that?
and Sillery, as you're kind of like, you've expressed that you're kind of not paying too much attention, I would like you to make an insight check for me. But Thera, you can tell this. You can tell that the people around the pirates are getting a bit.
Goose is going to like he was going to down his in reaction to seeing like Sillery start going off, and immediately it just kicks in and he just like starts cat dancing across the counter, and then hops down and like he kind of stands up for a second and does like the Tobey Maguire in the doorway dance.
Yes. Goose, go ahead and make a performance check for me with advantage because of the Well, actually, are you proficient in performance?
I am not.
Okay,
I have a
then
+3.
yeah.
However, the first die that hit the ground was a natural 20.
Yeah, and go ahead and instead of advantage, gain 1 level of proficiency.
Oh,
You gain performance. You gain performance as proficient while the boos are in effect, and you have advantage on dance specifically.
awesome. Yeah, so that's a grand total of 45.
Okay.
He is also going to use minor illusion to start to make like swirls and bullshit around him just on the floor, like his shadow starts dancing a different dance.
Yeah. What was your insight check, Sillery?
12.
Shadow
Not
just
great.
moonwalks
Okay, yeah.
away from
You I'm gonna say, yeah, you don't notice that there are people getting irritated around.
He's like
As
tangoing with his
Thera,
own.
you definitely had. As Sillery, I'd like you to make a performance check as a dance check as well. You will have advantage from the drink. You are counted as proficient in performance for this check, and you will have advantage from casting the spell to change.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, give me a sec. Oh man. So I think I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Never said I
Yeah.
was dancing well.
You yeah, you, despite like all the magical assistance you are getting, your dance is mid. Is
Damn.
did you roll and you did roll those advantages the 3 times and take the best?
Oh, oops, no.
Okay, yeah. That's what advantage is doing. There we go. That will probably help.
So
And-
15.
Yeah, okay, your dance is not mid. Your dance is pretty good. Pretty good dance.
Pretty good dance.
Pong is ready to be done with his drink, so he's just gonna take one big gulp.
Yeah, and go ahead and make that con save. Goose, I will say since you have the Beholder drink all,
Yep.
you get the Beholder's lavish dance effect. You also you find everything like it's really easy to see humor, basically, is what the Tasha's, I'm changing it to Tasha's raucous laughter instead of hideous laughter, because you're not forced to laugh. However, things are a whole lot more funny, and basically, when things are funny, basically whenever I feel like it, you will get a bardic inspiration just from finding things funny.
Nice.
Nice.
The shadow of the cat is actually like kind of like perpetually kind of like looks like it's laughing a little bit. Like whenever his head turns or anything, the mouth is open and it kind of looks like a laughing shadow versus like a regular shadow.
Also, you have the effects of Eladrin Fine Wine, so you do have haste currently.
Oh shit. He's a speedy little cat.
Zip. Alright. Does it change
By the way,
check that I'm
like,
large?
So now the music doesn't sound like it's slowed down, but everyone else seems like they're dancing on like every other beat, basically. So like,
Gotcha.
for you, like you're dancing at twice the speed, but you're still staying on rhythm because you're just doing 2 moves per beat.
I'm just doing like a faster jig, but like every time a beat hits, he's like, bam,
Yeah.
So,
At this point,
Carl,
he's tangoing with a shadow cat, like an illusionary cat that's like shadow dancing with him.
Yes, Colin?
Sorry.
does it change the Constitution check any that I'm large?
No. Well, did you buy a drink for your side? Like, they would have offered you a drink for your side. If you're drinking medium-sized tankard, yeah, it's gonna, like, you'll have advantage because drinking is. But if you're drinking, like, a giant's tankard, then no, it doesn't.
Alright.
And that's actually something that's really nice here. Is it like you get a giant-sized tankard for the same price that everyone else pays for their.
Oh,
Nice.
However,
okay.
if somebody tries to upgrade to a giant size, if they're like, I want a giant size, and they're like a halfling, then they're paying extra.
Alright. Okay, that's 14.
I had to bring absinthe here.
Yeah.
It's a
As
surefire way to
yeah, with a 14, yes, you pass as well. So you're not poisoned. But which drink did you have?
Tasha's Raucous Laughter.
Yeah, then that's you get the bardic inspiration every.
Woo!
Yes. As Celery, yeah, you have like gone onto the dance floor and are starting to dance. Were you saying that you were going to approach the pirates?
Yeah, I'm going over to that group because that's where everyone's dancing. So I'm maybe not specifically towards them, but just
Right.
in that general area. Yeah.
Yeah. So you like kind of move towards the center of the dance floor as well.
Yeah.
With I would, as you kind of like come towards the center, Thera, you're like watching this and you kind of are seeing stuff going on. Go ahead. You actually kind of like see that the you've watched the dwarf dancing for a bit, and you realize that like basically he has a little bit of routine in his jig. You can tell that he is about to do a like basically you know that like Russian jig where like they like go back on their hands and like they're kicking up and they're like balancing themselves on either hand.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
the
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell that like earlier you had noticed that he went to do that and then the halfling had like jumped up and then like basically had been jumping from foot to foot on the dwarf. As it was happening, basically dancing on the dwarf's feet a moment ago. And it looks like the dwarf's about to try to do that again. And Celery is kind of dancing close behind them, where the dwarf would throw themselves to the ground.
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna like go over there and just kind of like push her a little bit and be like, "Hey, don't you want to dance over here instead?" I think he's about to bust a move.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Oh.
as you're like trying to kind of like approach, a couple of the other dancers like on the dance floor end up kind of a group kind of becomes a bit more dense in front of you, or like do you try to like slip? How do you get past the crowd?
I'm gonna just try to like dance a little bit, but just kind of like be weaving in between them.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. If you have the lavish dance drink, then this will qualify as a dance.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, no, that's not gonna be that bad, I don't think. Oh, wait. 10.
10? Okay, yeah. You with 10, you will not, like, you're kind of trying to slip through, but like it's bumping and it's difficult to get through. Like, you're beginning to think that this is like a group of like there's this like group of orcs with like they have like denim jackets with like the sleeves ripped off and stuff, and they have like dark makeup on. Some of them have like spike mohawks kind of thing. You think that they might be like listening to like something that you mosh to rather than disco to. As it's a bit difficult to kind of push your way through this impromptu mosh pit that you're trying to get. You can attempt to do something else to get through. Though like at this point you're like risking not getting to Sillery.
I'm gonna draw my sword. No, not really.
Calm just starts laughing and starts walking over to where she is.
Oh yeah, by the way, anyone who has
Wait.
the raucous laughter drink, go ahead and, from watching her kind of get moshed around, as she's desperately trying to dance through, go ahead and gain a bardic inspiration.
It might actually make me laugh drink or not.
And also,
Trying to
also,
dance through a mosh.
how is Calm like just walking through is what I want to know. How is it so hard for me?
Well, so
You
it's
don't-
more that
okay,
you're
I'll explain it.
like
Yeah, explain
Thera, you're trying to get to a specific point. Calm is just moving, right? So like
okay.
he can go. He's moving to where there aren't people, kind of thing. But you're specifically
Okay.
trying to get to Sillery in time, so you're having
I
to.
I did have
So
Have a more
I'll
difficult
explain
navigate.
it this way. You don't really have to ask for the right of way when you make up the greater part of the physics equation.
Oh, gotcha.
So I was just gonna be like, "You want a hand with this?"
So yeah,
Yes.
as yeah, are you like trying to like wade through the mosh pit, Calm?
No, I'm just gonna pick her up and like carry her. Like
Right,
just
yeah, but
move.
like in order to get to Sillery, you're going through the mosh.
Okay, then
Right?
yes, I am basically picking her up and just walking through.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check to see how like quickly and deftly you can pick her up.
Okay.
Just because there's a lot of other moving objects close around her.
Would I be
That
heading
would be
for-
why I rolled a 10.
Goose, you're kind of sounding pretty distant.
Oh,
Not
wait.
sure.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so
Would
it
I
is
be in
just a 10.
the same like area as Suri? I was kind of like just kind of dancing off.
You haven't seen what's going on with Sillery, right? Like
Yeah, I'm not.
all you
asking to
all you
know.
can really tell is that Thera is trying to get to Sillery, but you're not like right next to her.
I'm not asking to be in a position where I can help. I'm just asking if I'm like in the same area.
Yeah,
or in
you're on the
same
dance floor.
problematic situation.
Yeah, you're on the dance floor.
Do I
So-
notice the halfway thing going on?
No, you have not noticed that yet.
Oh, they're gonna die.
Because that's only what Thera has noticed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Colm, your athletics check was a 10?
10.
May I remind you
10.
that you do have a bardic inspiration?
Oh, okay. Yeah. How much of a die is that? Is that like a D6?
Yeah, that's a d6. This one gives a d6.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have one of
Okay,
those
that
too.
makes it a 16.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you manage to like pick Thera up, as you just pick up this barbarian out of a orc mosh pit, and then
You just lift.
I mean, you have her
up.
picked up. You don't know precisely what she was trying to do, so
Where are you going?
Trying to get over there to Silvery and Goose.
Okay.
See that man?
Fine.
yeah.
Why?
Do you see that man? That's not a
yeah.
man. I don't think that's a guy.
Judge.
What is he?
It's two. It's a gnome and a dwarf in a trench coat.
No, the dwarf.
Is
Halfling
he
and
gonna
dwarf, but
disbelieve
yes.
me or-
I mean, like, now that it's pointed out to you, Calm, yeah, that is true. That is a halfling and a dwarf in a trench coat.
Okay. All right.
Digging their
off
life
we
out.
go.
Yeah, so are you just
Well,
trying to,
that-
like, walk over there?
How urgent is Thera?
It's urgent.
Okay, then I'm going. Not trying not to get bogged down in a fight, but also
Yeah.
trying to get
So
over
how are you going to try to move through the orcs?
just kind of find space where I can, and if I need to make a hole, just
You
be
the robot.
polite-ish.
People, okay, yeah, go ahead and as you're trying to make your way through, make a charisma persuasion.
Okay.
As you basically are like just going up to orcs and like sometimes like having to like tap them on the shoulder and be like, hey, can I get past, please?
Oh no.
Um,
I would fail this so bad.
okay, I
am, like,
got
okay with this,
a
but
5.
I'm doing this also.
Oh my god.
boy.
I'm preparing for my funeral, guys.
Boo.
As yeah, the like the orc kind of looks up at you, and this like burly orc woman, who yeah, she looks up at you and yeah, of course, we can help you mosh that way. As she does then body slam you, and as the orcs
lovely.
basically are going to attempt to ping pong you, or more over like pinball you through the mosh pit.
Calm's having none of that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like they like kind of body slam you some, and you're gonna like just try to stay like not move from it.
I'm not budging.
Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
Gladly.
Let me bring out the stats. Sorry.
How do you feel about a dirty 20?
Dirty 20. I mean,
I
yeah,
have a
you.
+8.
Yeah, she slams into you as you just like stand there, and she like kind of bounces back slightly, and
I'm sorry, have you seen me? I'm.
but like, she like, how like in that moment, what do you do as she's like? In the moment that you have rebuffed her moshing.
Punch her in the face.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
I'm just gonna put my hand on her shoulder and like just push her to the side.
Yeah, as you do that and like start to walk past Thera, you like see her kind of like go speak to one of the orcs next to her and kind of like gesture up and point up as he like looks over with just an offended look on him.
The big guy doesn't
So
want to
it
fight.
begins.
As do you react to that at all, Thera?
Wait,
Try to
the
because this is like moment to
They're
moment,
not-
right? Like
They're
this
not
is
happy.
like not even a second, and you can tell that this orc has been offended.
They
I'm
don't
gonna
like us.
how I know how far away from Silvery am I? Or how far away am I from the like the dwarves? Or the dwarf and the gnome?
Yeah, in order to get over there, I mean, you could theoretically try to jump off of Calm and get like across the mosh pit. That is theoretically possible. But like,
Please crowd surf
like
a mosh pit.
distance wise, you can easily make it to her in time. It's just the fact that you can't get past the orcs.
Okay, I'm gonna flip him off, firstly, and then I'm gonna try to jump off of his shoulders over to those guys.
Okay, yeah. Go
Off
ahead.
the orc. Great.
Oh,
You're gonna
goodness.
yeah,
Thanks.
as these orcs that are moshing next to the dwarf and halfling that have been annoying, I will remind, is so in play. As you flip them off and jump in that direction. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Strength athletics.
Calm still has.
Do
the
I
watch.
have the here's the long jump rule.
You still have the watch. I have no clue what that means, but I have it.
Okay, yeah, so you can jump a distance of half of your strength score from a standing jump. So, what is your strength score?
16.
16, so you'll be able to jump 8 feet. Okay, yeah, then I will require a check for that.
Okay,
Nice.
it is a 10.
Okay, yeah, so you jump, and then you realize
Wait,
you're
I
just
lied.
not gonna make it. You're going to basically land, kind of at the edge of the mosh pit, and, probably gonna, land on an orc.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness.
So, what do you do?
Well, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I lied. It's actually 12.
Oh, it's
But-
actually 12. Okay, yeah. Then actually,
Yeah.
no, that does make a difference. As you kind of bend yourself, kind of twist, and stretch so that your feet barely go over this orc's head, and you barely miss him and kind of land on the other side, centimeters clearance. As the DC was 12, so yeah, that made a difference.
Oh my
Because I was making the DC, because I was making it, you had to make a 10-foot jump. You only had an 8-foot. Every foot that you didn't have would be 1 plus to the
okay.
of 10. So that's what that was.
Okay.
So yeah, just make it. As you make it to see Celery, and you grab her and kind of pull her away slightly, and they're like, "Why don't we dance over here?" As that thing you had said.
Yes.
Well, Calm is now in the middle of a bunch of annoying
As
After
Because Calm
flipping him
has-
off.
because
Yeah.
You
Calm-
flipped them off.
at this very moment that you have managed to get Celery out of the way, the dwarf drops himself to his back and starts doing that Slav dance, and the halfling is continuing to just full on jig on top of the dwarf's feet. As that happens, they are now very clearly obvious to all of you, Goose, you as well. This dwarf and halfling have basically, Goose, you for a second, it looks like this human just split himself in half at the waist. And that is a bit alarming. And then you realize that it is, in fact, two shorter humans, not a taller human race. As
do I notice Calm about to get jumped by the mosh pit since he
as
does,
as that
Okay.
happens,
A large target.
I'm gonna say Calm. I'm gonna say you Goose, because you had been because you're outside of the situation for the moment. I'm gonna say that you'll be able to act if initiative starts. But in the moment before that might start, Calm, I'm gonna ask you what you do. As the person on your shoulders just flipped off these orcs. They, at this point, kind of are surrounded, they have stopped just plain old moshing and are more focused on you while still moshing. But angrily
Just
this
gonna-
time.
Are they
Just
becoming
gonna
like
turn to the big guy that looked offended earlier, and I'm just like, okay, I'll be honest, I didn't think she was gonna be doing that. I was trying to help out a friend. That's all I was trying to do.
Yeah, go ahead and make another persuasion.
Now that she's gone, I will mosh with you if you like. No.
I can.
I can mosh. I mean, do you offer to mosh, or is it just the opponent?
I'll mosh.
Okay, yeah. What was the roll? 4? Yeah, we'll mosh all right, the orc woman
Oh
says.
gosh.
As, this isn't explicitly combat, but everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, great. So we're doing
Oh, no.
this now.
as the orc like mosh pit does kind of like all swell and like mosh inwards towards Calm at one.
Bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
As yes, go
Uh,
ahead and just
I might actually have to use my second win today.
you dance so hard you need a second wind.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, anyone got initiative above 20? Above 15?
I did. 16.
What was it?
The 16.
16 and that sorry, still difficult with voices. That Celery or
Celery.
Celery? Good. Okay, above 10?
13.
Oh, sorry, I haven't rolled
Goose.
yet.
13 for Goose.
I also got a 13.
Sick.
Okay.
Mine, dexterity 3.
Dexterity 0.
Okay, Goose will go
Yeah.
first, and then Palm, and then Thera, what did you get?
8.
Oh,
8?
Oof.
nice.
Okay, Celery, you get to act
Don't know
first
why
as
my
you see the
rolls are
mosh
so
pit
bad
moshing
today.
in towards Calm.
Oh goodness. What should I do?
That's it. I'm not rolling in D20 anymore. In D&D Beyond anymore. I'm not. Been giving me sub 10 all night. Why?
We're not like in combat, right?
It's not
combat.
it's
combat.
not
They
combat,
wanna-
but like these orcs are very aggressively moshing towards this giant, which like this isn't like no one's hauling off and punching or whatnot, but this is like kind of the mosh of like shoving people around, like body slamming. It's a rough mosh. It's not necessarily assault.
It's not necessarily assault.
It's the level of mosh that people have been recorded dying in, but also this is a giant, so
Literally made of stone.
yeah.
Is Calm close enough that I could touch him by chance, or would I have to get closer?
No, he's surrounded by
dimmed.
the. You could try to reach through the orcs. It's possible, but difficult.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna say,
Um,
yeah, I'm gonna say that it's probably like a. Go ahead and say like a huge horde, basically, of these orcs. So there are like 9 orcs surrounding him.
Normally I wouldn't be scared of like opponents, but right now it's not okay for me to use my maul, so I can't fight.
Here, hold on. Let me look and see what I can do.
Goose is
Let me see. I don't know if this is gonna help. I'll just do this. I'm gonna use Twinkle cantrip again for
Okay.
fun. I'm gonna create a small burst of light, providing bright light in a 5-foot radius, and then it's dim light for an additional 5 feet until my next turn.
Okay, yeah, just for fun.
Yeah. Just
Love
because
it, yeah.
I don't really know what's going on, but I'm like, let's do this and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
I'm gonna say go ahead and make an intimidation check with your spellcasting ability instead of charisma.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Not really.
Okay. So
What's your class?
you're rolling the d20, and then which class are you again?
I'm a druid.
Druid. So you'll be adding your wisdom modifier to that d20.
Okay.
And then, since I asked for a intimidation check, if you are proficient in intimidation, you will just add your proficiency bonus. Not the full skill bonus, just proficiency bonus to the roll as well.
Okay, I'm not proficient in it.
Okay,
so...
then it'll just be your wisdom plus a d20.
Okay. Do this. And math is not my strong suit, but 16.
16. Okay, yeah. It does manage to draw the attention of some of the orcs. And actually it manages to draw the attention of the halfling and dwarf as well. They don't seem to care too much, but they are now aware of things going on.
Yes.
You've brought them out of their own little world. So they are now present. With that, it is now Goose.
Goose is not amused.
Oh no.
Goose knows that there is a certain watch in the middle of this problem that's happening, and
That is fair.
Goose is going to just where he currently is, he's gonna warp out like into his like dimension if he or just go invisible if he can. And because he's hasted, he has another action.
That is correct.
And he is going to go towards like over to Calm. He can fly, so hopefully that allows him to get there within his 40-foot movement.
Yeah.
The shadow that he was dancing with stays there, by the way. But he gets
The
to
shadow just goes back to the bar for the rest of the drink.
No, the shadow just keeps dancing by himself. He like looks off and like, what? Silently. But he gets to Calm and he whispers in his ear, "Don't hit anyone." And he casts Sanctuary on him.
Nice. Calm, it is now your turn.
Okay, Calm.
Need I remind you, you could theoretically activate fighting defensively, and take the dodge action, the option, trying to avoid conflict, but feel by all means, whatever you want.
Or in his ear, stand and look intimidating. That's all.
Calm was gonna say, actually, maybe a change of theme is what's needed here, and he is going to attempt to dance his way out of the mosh pit.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Go ahead and make a that'll be a dexterity. I'll allow dexterity athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Okay.
And of course, if you have lavish dance, then that applies.
Okay.
Except no, you
Okay,
have
so-
the raucous laugh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with athletics. That gives me just a +3.
Yeah, this is dexterity.
Yeah, I have 0 dexterity. But I am proficient in athletics, so. Let's roll. Nice! my first good roll. It's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah. They don't get a nat 20. Yeah, as you kind of like dance out of the circle, and like as you do that, the mosh kind of like comes in on itself. And they basically like you slip out right as like they're body slamming each other. as that's gonna go ahead and be a...
And as Calm's making his way out, he just mutters to himself, "Party foul."
Yeah. Okay, so that's yeah, okay. As yeah, they kind of like slam together and then kind of like round bit a bit
Remain
like
calm.
a bit miffed that somehow a giant managed to slip straight out from the roof. As the as they kind of
Situation
look
with
around
Calm
and
does
they
find
like
extremely funny.
some of them look at Calm, some of them look at Thera, and they notice that Thera is now somewhat close by to these two pirates that have been previously annoying.
Uh-oh.
You
Uh-oh.
that's
I'm also
see
Chimera.
that you see that notice in their eyes, and there's if you want to see anything, glean any more information about their opinion of that, that of course would be insight checks. But Thera, your turn now.
So didn't Calm kind of like escape from the crowd a little bit? Like,
Yes. Yeah, Calm's out from the crowd. Calm, you could have even gotten off the dance floor if you wanted.
I'll stay near where the group is, just in case
Okay.
like actual fighting starts breaking out.
Fair enough.
I
Me
like
too. I'm ready.
no. I'm not like near him, am I?
No, you'd be on the opposite side of the orc mosh pit. It's not a wall, you could go around it, but
Okay. I'd like to slip through kind of the same way that he did.
you're wanting to go through? Not around?
Well, around.
Okay, yeah.
Get around.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
you don't
went-
have to make a check to go around. You go around. And yeah, you get up next to Calm.
Are they still looking at us?
They're miffed.
I mean, yeah, they're still paying attention. Like, it's kind of like they're not done moshing. They're like moshing and they're slamming into each other, but they're stealing glances. Like at any time, like at least 3 of them are. They just kind of like steal glances, glare at you, glare at the pirates, whatnot. At Sillery.
Are any of them do any of them happen to be looking at the cat that's currently flying over them?
People don't normally
I
look
remain
at 45
I
degrees.
remain
I'd say yeah, because you didn't say that you were using stealth.
Yeah, I turned
so yeah.
invisible to get there, so I
Oh.
wouldn't get punched on the way. But I
That's
come out.
that's
of
fair. Okay,
invisibility when I
then
cast,
no,
so-
that cat, the cat is not noticed.
No, I'm not
Oh.
invisible anymore. Once I
Right?
cast
Yeah,
the
but
spell, so.
even still, there's a lot of noise going on,
Gotcha.
a lot of magic already going on. I'm gonna say they wouldn't have automatically noticed. Like if they were spellcasters, sure, they might be able to be like, oh, that was a different spell that took off. But
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say they haven't noticed. So that cat, the one that had gone invisible above them, currently.
That's fine. I was just curious if he was about to get body slammed.
Yeah, Thera, are you wanting to do anything?
Was. He could take-
I don't think so. As long as they're not like looking at us like they're trying to fight us.
Okay, yeah, then, well, if you want to figure that out, that'd be a bonus action to use, an insight check to kind of glean their, intents towards you.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Go ahead and make a wisdom insight. That's the normal
Uh-oh.
insight skill, so if you have your skill.
Okay. It is 6.
Okay, you don't know. You can tell that they're miffed. You don't know if they're hostile.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I want to do at this moment.
Okay. Yeah. Silvery, it would be you.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm seeing all this too, right?
Yeah.
Can I also, because obviously, Thera's not up by me anymore. Can I check to see if they are hostile towards us now?
Yeah, go ahead. Make an insight check.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, yeah. They are definitely, like, very miffed. You don't know if they're, like, about to go out of their way to attack you, but you feel like if you, like, annoy them anymore, they definitely will, and they might go out of their way without further provocation. Like, they're somewhere within that range of upset. Pretty much, if you go close, almost certainly gonna, like, get, like, accosted in some way, possibly moshed at. And if you irritate them anymore, but like, other than that, you don't know if they will go out of their way to accost.
Okay. I'm gonna dance away from them.
Yeah.
The opposite way, like towards Thera and everyone else.
Yeah, you kind of just, like, get around them as well and
Yeah.
back with that group.
Yep.
I
Okay.
say we get out of here.
I'm kind of curious about this. This gnome and
were-
this dwarf. I think there's some kind of pirates.
There is definitely, like, plenty of room on this dance floor that you could avoid the orcs. And continue dancing if you like. But yeah. Yeah, how do people react to Kira's mentioning the pirates and saying she's in?
Am I over by them? Do I hear them?
Are we interested in dancing with them? What do you mean? I'm still dancing.
I know who they are. I'm still dancing too. Like, actually, at this point, like, Goose stops for a second and, like, offers a hand towards Silvery.
I'll take it and I'll start dancing with you.
Are you just like Goose? Are you like just a flying cat dancing with her, or are you multiple cats stacked on top of each?
Um,
Cats in a trench coat.
It's just like, well, it's just like one cat is the head, one cat is the or like one cat is the torso and head, like one for each arm. They're just like Voltroning.
yeah.
For a second, I thought you were like making a Voltron reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Wait, I did hear that.
Actually-
Oh.
He will just simply use minor illusion to, like, kind of, like, he's gonna float there, but he's making minor illusion to make, like, a sparkly, like, pseudo-actual body
Ooh,
to
yeah.
kind of, like, match her aesthetic, and he's gonna just be, like, hold an arm out for, like,
Love it.
if she wants to dance.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cat glitter mech.
Glitter mech!
Can I also use my twinkle again to like change the color of a light to the rainbow? Because
Yeah.
I stopped doing that after.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
totally.
I'm gonna do that again
Nice.
too. Yeah.
I will point out, we're very close to ending, so
Oh.
if you want to go and talk to the pirates at all, that's
To
something that.
clarify, this is, like, I know these people. Who?
Yeah, that's.
I recognize them as who?
Captain Wilhelm O'Reaver the second, the guy who had a brawl with Blue, and his bosun, Seamus Stormbrewer, who is
like,
also
look over-
who is also the current wrestling champion.
Oh. I look over and like mid dance, I'm like, oh, no, I know them. That's just Wilhelm. They're not like bad people.
Oh, okay. All right.
By the way, I did roll a just because I was curious, I rolled a grand total of an 18 for a performance to see how well I'm dancing, and he's
Yeah.
attempting to perform a salsa.
Love it. Yes. You're performing a very fun song.
Spicy.
The fact that like a salsa dance, of course, is a bit slower than disco generally. But since you are hasted, you're basically doing like a double time salsa, which is like ending up lining up almost like perfectly with the speed at which Sillery would be dancing. As just
That is
like
if Silvery like is okay with a salsa /
Right.
like cooperates, but I'll like adjust it like in such a way to like basically like dance in tandem, like, or not in tandem, but like in I can't think of the word, to complement her dancing
yeah.
and to kind of like play off of what she's dancing.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So are you gonna go talk to the pirates, or are you just gonna simply dance the night away?
Do we want to talk to them? Like, I know them. We can go talk to them.
You can. I think I'm going back to the bar. I'm not great at dancing anyway.
Oh, they have a drink for that.
Yeah, it's great.
Uh,
Because I can't dance.
The footwork is even on point in the illusionary like sparkle neck.
I mean, I've never really needed to dance to have a good time. You guys take care. Please don't make me come save you, because I'm going to have to fight a whole army of orcs to get to you.
I see you over there with your rave lights, Kjarl.
Yeah.
I am going to have to join you. If I can find the correct mode for my stuff.
But like as you're finding that, like you guys head over to the two pirates that are currently jigging their hearts. And as you approach, they like notice, and the dwarf is like, you handled yourself well with those orcs. That's right, blighters they are, aren't they? Would be kind of saying that to like
This is
Sillery and Thera. We can give Goose a chance to deal with his lights.
oh, my bad. I didn't know
good.
they were talking to me.
No, they're not. I mean, you're in the group, but yeah. They say that to the dwarf says that. Well handled.
Oh.
They're
Thank
quite
you.
the dancers. I see.
Aye, aggressive's putting it lightly. But personally, I've been secretly hoping they'd get aggressive. Anyways, don't. Always goes over with a bar owner if you're not the one who strikes first.
Like Goose like is like mid dance and is like, so Wilhelm, how's it been? Like not sure if he's noticed him, like he's like
Yeah.
dancing and like
Wilhelm like looks down, takes a swig of his flask, brings it down, takes a swig of his cocktail. It's been grand old time. He's continuing to jig. Now that the blue business is out of the way. This it does appear they do both appear to have lavish dances.
Gotcha.
You would guess they probably can't dance like this without it, as it is a very impressive maneuver. Now that we got the blue business out of the way, it's it's been grand. You know, still trying to get a chance to get that stone back, but business is business, and it's play right now.
Wait, sorry, the stone?
Aye, that Stone of Galore business over in Waterdeep.
Oh.
That's one heck of a blunder over there, I hear. And
What do you
if you take
stone?
well, you ever heard of like Fountain of Youth, Eternal Life bullshit? Aye.
He like drifts out of the dancing like body of
Yeah.
like the glitter mech, and it keeps dancing with you, and there's actually like a solid hand, as mage hand is in the hand, for you to continue dancing if you wish, Celery. But he
Sure.
begins engaging in conversation
Yeah.
while
Yeah, I'm
still
gonna
kind of
keep
doing a
dancing.
little jig.
I've been, well, hunting for it's a passion of mine, and well, that, I've heard plenty of rumors that wishes and that kind of thing is what that stone might give, and that's something
He like kind of chuckles a little bit, and you don't know who has it.
Oh no, I know exactly who has it. I've been waiting for precisely the right time. We very nearly sent Seamus to they're the one that sent me to Scalebreaker prison, and very nearly sent Seamus to the cave.
Did he give an? Wait, I don't know who. Oh, who did? Do I get a gist of who I think he thinks has it? Or-
You could make I'd say an honor history check to see if you had like heard rumors in like your group.
It's like it's a 18 plus my honor, I think, is just a 10.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, then so you know that when the ground floor gang went to get the Stone of Galore, basically they knew who had it. It was a Stonebeard warrior, and the Stonebeards are the dwarven family, the like trade ward family in the Mafia. Jimbo Stonebeard had the Stone of Galore, and Sean knew that, and was waiting for an excuse to get it for himself. And then pirates ended up attempting to steal the Stone of Galore from Stonebeard, and so he took that excuse to rescue the stone. So Sean, the ground floor, including Sean, went up against the Peregrine's crew, including Wilhelm and Seamus, led to Wilhelm's capture and Seamus' death.
You fought yourself?
Yep. They were all NPC.
Right, I figured. Oh. So, that is... I think I've heard that name. That's actually really weird.
He did not say a name.
He didn't say it.
He
I
did not
thought that
say
he
a
did
name.
say
No,
it.
he said, I know
Oh.
who has it. I've known for a while. I'm waiting for it.
But he said he knew that it was the guy that sent him to...
Yes, knows the guy who sent him to prison. He's,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That changes what I was going to say.
Okay,
I thought
yeah.
he said a name. Just nat one on my deception there.
Yeah, so what do you say?
I think I actually heard a rumor about. I don't remember. I heard there was something that went down with you and some doctor.
Huh. Might have been a doctor, I don't know much. I know he's a gangster.
Is that a compliment?
Well, I mean... Depends. Gangsters are kind to the pirates of the land, aren't they? No, he's got rules. I don't like rules. Was
Rules
Zin-
is a guy that steals from another person trying to steal have?
Isas and Darren Blighter, they're all full of rules. They're like basically just the law, but like slightly different. Eh. Yeah.
don't like
I
how
want
you
the
put that.
freedom of the sea, the freedom of the sky, freedom of the Jolly Rock. That's where it's at. No one can.
Howdy, Roger.
Hey, the flag of freedom, the skull and crossbow.
I'll like do like a little like flourish of my hands and make like a skull of skull and crossbones, but it has like a cat skull.
Aye, that's the kind. That's the kind. Are you a pirate yourself, or are you? Well, judging you're out here, I guess you're not a landlubber, but and you worked well enough on the ships when I was there. Never seen you fly the
Oh.
flag though.
I don't have my own ship or anything, but little bit of a freedom enthusiast.
Hey, that's grand. What's brought you to the rock?
Bit of a weird thing. Actually, I don't know if you might be interested. But we're on a little bit of a contract to help some people find. It's a bit of a bet. But if we win, we get Spelljammer licenses.
You need a license, do ya?
Equivalent to passing the entire academy, and I've been in it for 4 days. 4 days? 5 days.
Does it give access to the Spelljammers?
I don't know. But that's why I thought you might be interested.
Interested indeed. Come
You
now,
just stop,
he hops down off of Seamus. Let me buy y'all some rounds. As he's almost eye to eye with this cat. Let's
I'll take another one of the expensive ones.
aye,
And he, like,
by
falls
all
back-
means.
Like he like falls back and floats.
Now let me tell me about this nice job you're doing. And that is where we will end today. I will say next session you will decide whether or not you want to continue on with the Barrett's Privateers mission. Like it's
Recruit.
a ship of a ship in tatters listening to the side and is well going to try to be a privateer. Implies combat, though Barrett insists no guns will fire.
Hence why Wilhelm is a very useful ally that I may have planted a seed in.
As we will definitely see how that goes, but of course that is where we are going to end. So thank you guys so much for playing, and thank our audience for watching.